Hi, everybody who watches my videos, or at least the couple I've made. I've decided to change things up. I was trying to do a narration. I thought I'd just do commentary. I think it's a lot easier to do, and I think you'd enjoy it more. I want you to look at, so Bernie Sanders is running for president on the Democratic ticket. So I'm going to play a video or some sections of a video where he's talking about what he wants to do. And I'm going to point out some significant things that you probably didn't realize that he kind of brushes over in a kind of a politician-y kind of way. Okay, so here, let's play the video. And here goes a montage.
Hi. This is Senator Bernie Sanders. I need your help. One of the reasons our campaign is doing so well is that we are discussing the real issues facing the American people, something that most politicians and the media just don't do. Very much would appreciate your help in getting this video out to your friends and to your family. The economic reality for most Americans is pretty clear. For the last 40 years, the American middle class has been disappearing, and more Americans are living in poverty than at almost any point in our nation's history. Today, real median family income is almost $5,000 less than it was in 1999. Today, the typical male worker is making $783 less last year than he did 42 years ago after adjusting for inflation. The typical female worker is making $1,337 less than she did in 2007. Despite the modest gains of the Affordable Care Act, 35 million Americans continue to have no health insurance, and even more are underinsured. And today, embarrassingly, the United States' increase in wealth for the top 15 Americans is more wealth than is owned by the bottom 40% of our people, and it is double what this country spends on nutrition programs to feed over 40 million Americans. In my view, a society in which so many have so little, while so few have so much, is not what the United States of America is supposed to be about. If you agree, please make sure to share this video.
Okay, and we're back. So that's the montage. So now, here's some striking things here, I think, just to point out. Well, number one, the economy and America is supposedly coming back. We're coming out of recession. That's what we hear from the White House. But if this is true of what he says, it almost sounds like the apocalypse is coming if it's not already here. So that's kind of striking. You figure a Democrat on the Democrat ticket would be saying, hey, things are good and we're going to make them better, instead of the world ending. Now, he talks a lot about billionaires and trillionaires, but let me point out something that just recently happened. We had the foreclosure crisis, right? Which supposedly is what we're coming out of now, what Barack Obama had fixed. So, or he was fighting against it. But do you know that the largest transfer of wealth from the government to banks was that? And I'll explain it real short. So when a house got foreclosed, it was they bought it for $500,000, and now it's worth $100,000. So the majority of the houses, 90% of the houses that closed, was a government loaned house, a Fannie Mae Freddie Mac house, right? So what would happen is when it got foreclosed, it was a loan guarantee by the government to the bank. So the government had then to give the $400,000 to the bank. Then the bank could also sell the house for what it was worth on top. So if they got $100,000, now they got $600,000 for the house, even though now the house is only worth $100,000. So imagine all those homes that got closed. Now, who led up the whole everyone should have a house thing? Well, that's, of course, the Democrat Party. In fact, the evil George Bush that everyone so much hates, he went and he actually did a speech saying, we have to stop this. We're about to hit a foreclosure crisis. And, of course, Barney Frank, who's running Fannie Mae Freddie Mac Democrat, yelled and screamed at him. So when Bernie Sanders talks about this, who's transferring the wealth is the supposed rich are not reaching into the pockets of the middle class. It's the government that's freely giving to them over agreements. So here's my last point. Okay, so this is more of the difference between Democrats and Republicans and socialists and Marxists. But when it comes down to it, he's saying that all these bad, evil things that are happening, I can do something about them because I'm Bernie Sanders and my thinking, my way of going about things is different. But the truth is, all he really can do as government is pass laws, right? He can't go, the government's not going to open up a Staples or a Walmart or the next Apple or Microsoft. The government doesn't do that. It's not supposed to be in that business with taxpayer money. So basically it comes down to this. Is there a law he can pass that will create wealth for everyone, right? That will create more business. And there really isn't. I know maybe somebody might argue that, but there really isn't. There is no law you can pass. Here's the law. Everyone has to hire someone. Because truth, it's capitalism. Capitalism works off of demand. It's very complicated. Much more complicated than any government official can handle. So the truth is, if there was this law they could pass to create wealth for everyone, they would. And you know what? One last point at the end here. There was something about healthcare and how it wasn't working. Now, if all these things aren't working, the healthcare is not working, and he's saying they're not working, and the wealth and the poverty and the children are dying in the streets and blah, 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 how come the president hasn't done anything? I mean, when our president got into office, he had Democrat Congress, right? The Senate and the House. He had the whole kit and caboodle for that first 4 years in the presidency. You would figure a man that is all about that. Democrats are all about helping the poor and helping the downtrodden. That's what they say they are. So where was this help? Where was this supposed fixing? It almost seems to me that it's worse, isn't it? Isn't it worse? And if anyone talks about, well, we came out of that foreclosure crisis, remember who caused that? That wasn't Republicans so much, though this is why everyone's mad at them, because they're not protecting us from Democrats, really. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, that was the big push. Everyone's going to get a free house. Everyone's got a right to a house, another right. That put us all in the broke house. So, well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, please let me know. If you got something you want me to talk to, maybe in the detail of why government just doesn't work the way we would like it to. And I'd be happy to do a video on that. I can bring some facts to the table so that way you really believe it instead of me and just opinion. And anyway, thank you so much. And hopefully I get another video for you together real soon.